That's why I'll never be in Vegas. Can't shuffle to save my life. So I got played today. I forgot today was a holiday. That means there's no mail. Which means my package is sitting post office. And they're saying it's not gonna come till Monday. Well, I really hope that's a lie. I was hoping I was gonna be able to unbox Sam Wilson and Bucky. Get some Falcon and Winter Soldier games in. That's okay. I got a lot of cards that I can play with. Patience is a virtue. Oh my goodness, though. When you have fresh sleeved cards, the shuffling is just there. So I've been wanting to play some Spider-Man villains with Silk. So why not do some risky business? Let's see how that goes. We are going to be playing with the leadership aspect Web Warrior shenanigans. Because why not? Alright, that should be nice and shuffle. Right. For recording purposes, we are going to be playing the risky business scenario on Expert. We will be using the fabulous Cindy Moon, aka Silk, and revealing the main scheme, Hostile Takeover. So, contents is, since we're playing Expert, the Norman Osborn level 2 and 3. We need the risky business modular, which we have, and then one standard encounter set, which we have Expert. And then the modular set we're going to use as Goblin Gimmicks. And then setup would be to put the Criminal Enterprise environment into play, and then shuffle the encounter deck, which we already kind of done. Criminal Enterprise enters play with 2 infamy counters on it. So we'll be... And I also wanted to use my tokens, because I haven't got a chance to use these in a while. So it gets 2 infamy tokens per player, so we're playing solo. It means it only gets 2. The little Daily Bugle newspaper-looking things is the infamy side. And then when this flips over into the State of Madness, Norman Osborn will flip over into his alter ego, the Green Goblin. Or is it Green Goblin and then Norman Osborn's the alter ego? But, regardless, that comes with 2. And we already shuffled our encounter deck. And then we are now on the main scheme of the Hostile Takeover. So, 7 threat per player. So once that hits 7, this will push over to the next part of the scenario. When it's completed, place 1 per player infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. Then discard 1 card from each player's deck for each infamy counter that's on Criminal Enterprise. And this comes into play with 2 threat per player, and then it goes up 1 per player. We'll go ahead and put our 2 threat onto the main scheme. So Norman Osborn gets 18 health. My camera would ever like to focus. That'd be kind of cool. There we go. So he gets 2 scheme. He has a Force Interrupt. When Norman Osborn would attack, place 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise instead. He has a Force Interrupt that when Norman Osborn would take any amount of damage, you remove that many infamy counters from it. So the basic deal is, when it's kind of like when you're playing as your hero, you don't take damage from attacks when you're an alter ego. But so you can't do any damage to his health points until he's on the side, on his villain side as Green Goblin. So once these infamy counters are gone, then this will flip everything over, and then we can start doing damage. When he flips over, he has a nasty effect once he switches over to Green Goblin side. So once that happens, you'll deal 4 indirect damage to each player. So 4 indirect damage comes my way when he switches over to the Green Goblin side. And then all those tokens flip over to State of Madness. And then after the Madness tokens are gone, then he flips over back to Norman Osborn, sitting there like a boss. Fantastic. Alright, other than that, we already have our threat placed. We have our Criminal Enterprise set up. Health points are set. Cindy starts with 10. Norman Osborn starts with 8, gets 18. So at that point, I've already shuffled the encounter deck. That is satisfied. We will start this up with the player turn. And Cindy's hand size is a hand size of 6. So that's how many I get to start. And my camera doesn't like to focus. 6, and we'll take a look, see if we're gonna mulligan. Alright, so spider reflexes, definitely want that. Oh, and we get our organic webbing. Okay. Oh, these are all good. Ugh. Team building. J. Jonah would be good. But there's no other side teams right now, so I don't really need it. Team building would be nice. I detect memory. I'm gonna mulligan 3. Let's see what happens with that. And ooh, Moon Girl. Oh. And I'm 1 short. That's how it rolls. Alright. So, first things first. Let's... I could just get Peter Parker Spider-Man out. But I really think I should focus on getting my builders out. Smooth the Silk. Discard cards, put an encounter card on me. Anything, I probably want to get... Well, if I don't flip them, I don't have to worry about taking an attack. So I think I should focus on getting the organic webbing out first. I mean, I could just go for a play and play Moon Girl. I only get to draw 1 card, so I'm not going to get the value for it, but at least I have a... I'll draw into 1 card. There's no minions. I just think I just think this won't be an opportunity for it. I think I play the 2. Get out organic webbing. Flip the hero. Let's play Smooth the Silk. Choose Osborne. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we discard a card from the same encounter set. Alright, so we get a hired gun. So this will get talked. So we talk the hired gun. Go ahead and let's throw 1. I don't want to flip them yet. So we'll throw 1. And then we're ready up. We're gonna hold on to Spider Reflexes and Eidetic Memory. So we drop to a hand size of 5 now, because that's what changes when we're in hero. So we grab into our Swinging Silk Kick, Strength, and Madam Web. Oh, it's villain's turn. Place 1 threat onto the main. And then Norman Osborn, he's going to attack. So when he would attack, he's going to place 2 infamy counters on Colonel Enterprise instead. Next, we're going to go on to our encounter. And under fire. Alright, so this is going to search. And it's going to reveal the top card. Now I regret not having Norman, or J. Jonah. So we got a side scheme that comes into play. Payoff. Comes in with a hazard icon. And what is this? Just a boost effect? Okay. So that's all it is. Alright, so we completed the under fire, and then we're gonna activate Silk's Silk Sense. After you defeat our minion, side scheme, or resolve a treachery card, which we did, tuck that card under here from the encounter discard pile, which we did resolve that. So we'll tuck that one, and then we'll reveal our other treachery or card. It's gonna be a private security specialist, and that is going to come in with guard, which means we cannot attack the villain until he's gone. And that will conclude the villain's turn, and turn moves over to Hero. So that was fun. He's got 4 health. Nice. And we can swing Silk Kick that away. So let's do strength and put in our spider reflexes. And then we're going to play the Madam Web, and we're gonna play and put in our eidetic memory. We'll hold on to swinging Silk Kick. We'll go ahead and do 2 damage to the private security specialist. And then we will go ahead and exhaust organic. Oh yeah, I forgot to put that in there. Because of organic webbing, I get +1 to my thwart. We're going to exhaust organic webbing. We're going to get rid of the hired gun to ready ourselves back up. And then Silk's going to attack the private security specialist again. And that will complete his health points. He's defeated. So then I can Silk Sense that after I defeat a minion or side scheme or resolve a treachery card, I can tuck that card under Silk. Alright. That was cool. Alright, and we'll end our turn there. We'll hold on to swinging Silk Kick. We got Nick Fury, Spider-Man 2099, Get the Scoop, and Web Life of Destiny. Nice. Alright, villain's turn. 1 throw into the main. At 3. Norman's going to attack. Gonna put another 2 infamy tokens on. And we'll get 2 encounter cards because we have a hazard on here. So first counter card is Exhaustion, Surge. And I'm exhausted. And since I completed that, so I can go ahead and tuck that underneath me. And then we have another private security specialist. And then we have our obligation. That was bad timing for that. Alright. Player turn. We are going to go and put in our Web of Life Destiny for free. Because we're a Web Warrior, and I can ignore the cost if I'm a Web Warrior. So we're gonna go teams at 3. 7 pushes it. I could flip down. Could flip down, use my ability to draw 2 cards, get Spider-Man 2099 in play. We'll probably keep the payoff off so we can try and get these Silk Senses on quicker. Actually, you know what? Let's do. We're gonna do. Let's play the 3 resources. Let's do a Swinging Silk Kick. And we'll go ahead and take out the Private Security Specialist. Our Silk Sense would activate, but because our obligation's in play, it's going to go to the obligation first. So once I have at least 2 here, I can discard it, or I can wait till I have 3, and I can just remove it from the game. I think that was a better option. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and Organic Web. I'm going to get rid of the Exhaustion to ready up. And I think what I'll do is I should probably chip away at these counters. We're not too bad on threat right now on the main scheme, but he could get an advance, which could screw us over. So I'll throw it 2 off of that. We'll end our turn. Drawing up to 5. Alright, Spider-Man Hobie. One throw on the main. Oh man, I don't even think I was boosting. Oh, when he would attack. Let's place 2 in command. Alright, so he's gonna place another 2 in command here. Then we get 2 encounter cards. That'll be the first one, second one. First one is the advance, which I called. Schemes for 2, 3. So this goes up to 5. The advance would be completed, so it's going to go over to Silk Sense. Then we're going to get another Private Security Specialist. Cool. Alright, we're going to play Smooth as Silk. We're going to choose one of our Osborne, discard cards until a card is discarded, and then put it underneath Silk, which Hired Gun would go underneath Silk, but I'm going to put it underneath her obligation. Now we have 3, so I can go ahead now and remove Silk Sense Overlord from the game. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm gonna play 2 resources to play our Outwit. So what Outwit does is when Silk makes a basic thwart, exhaust Outwit for the thwart, she gets +1 thwart for each card tucked under her from the same encounter set of the same scenario, basically. So we are going to do a basic thwart. So we're going to be thwarting for 2 off of the. We should probably just get rid of the. Nah, we're fine. The extra encounter card might benefit us to get up to 4. So we'll thwart 2, and then we'll exhaust our Outwit, so we get +1 for each card. So we only have 1 card from the Goblin from Risky Business, so we'll be able to thwart off a total of 3 off the main scheme. I'll put that up to 2. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Organic Webbing, and I'm going to discard the Private Security Specialist to ready back up. And then I'm going to go ahead and thwart 2 off of... go off the main. Actually, I probably should start working on... Oh, he's got a guard. Alright, so we'll take care of that. So now the main scheme's done. And... Hold on, Ghost Spider. Drop to 5. 3, 4, 5. Oh, across the Spider-Verse? Perfect. Okay, it's already up. 1 threat goes on to the main. Norman Osborn's going to attack. Puts 2 more counters on. You know it's time to start getting rid of these counters when you're starting to run out of tokens. Look at all these infamy tokens on there. Alright, and then Private Security Specialist is going to attack for 1. I'll let him hit me, it's fine. 1 damage isn't really a big deal. Then we get our 2 encounter cards. First one is another side scheme payoff. And then our next one is another Private Security Specialist. And that will conclude the villain's turn, and my turn. Cool. So, let's use the power of all of us. We'll use a across the Spider-Verse. So I can exhaust a Web Warrior card that I control. So I'll choose my Web of Life Destiny because it is a Web Warrior card. And then what we do is search I search my discard pile for a Web Warrior ally, and I can put it into play. Then I can choose a player, and then that player may spend 3 resources of any type to repeat the ability. So I'm probably going to do that. So first, I'm going to search my discard pile. And I am going to grab Spider-Man Peter Parker, and we will put him into play, which will conclude that. Then I'm going to finish the rest of it by choosing myself, and I'm going to spend 3 more resource cards to repeat the ability. So I do have to exhaust Web Warrior card again. I'll go ahead and exhaust Silk. And I will go ahead and pull out Spider-Man 2099 Miguel O'Hara. And just like that, we have friends. Alright, first things first, we will have Spider-Man Peter Parker hit one of the private security specialists for 2. And then after his responses, after Spider-Man attacks Earthwards, I can choose a Web Warrior character and ready them. So we're going to choose Silk. And then Silk is going to go ahead and thwart 2 off of Payoff. So that will defeat Payoff. And because Silk was the one that defeated the scheme, her Silk Sense kicks in, and she can go ahead and tuck Payoff underneath her. Spider-Man will take 1 consequential damage. And then Spider-Man 2099 will go ahead and do 2 damage to the private security specialist, and we'll take 1 out. Actually, better idea. We'll have him do 2 damage to the other one. And then he'll take 1 consequential damage. We'll go ahead and use our organic webbing. And we'll take care of the under fire, discard that. And then we will ready ourselves back up. Silk will go ahead and thwart 2 off of the other side scheme. That will be defeated. Now we won't get any more extra encounter cards, and then Silk now has 2 encounter cards from Risky Business. And I think that's a pretty good turn. So we'll go ahead and ready up. And we'll draw to a hand side for 5. Ooh, the symbiote suit. Alright, so 1 threat goes on to the main. Norman Osborn's going to attack. This puts 2 counters on. So we got 1. Now we'll start using our blue ones, I guess. Private security guard will attack. We'll take 1 damage, but the other one will attack. We'll take the other. Down to 7 health. We'll get 1 encounter card, which is regenerative healing. When revealed, the villain heals X damage, where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. So this will Surge, and I completed the treachery on that, so that will tuck underneath me. And we get Pumpkin Bombs. Attached to the villain. After the villain attacks you, discard Pumpkin Bombs and take 2 indirect damage. Spend double physical resources to discard this card. Yeah. Alright. And that will conclude the turn. Turn moves over to us. I really don't want to deal with that nonsense. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and play these 2 wild resources for physical resources. We'll go ahead and we'll just discard his pumpkin bombs. Using those. And then I think what we'll do is we'll have Silk attack the private security specialist. And since we defeated them, we get to tuck them underneath. We'll go ahead and have Spider-Man thwart 2 off that. And we'll ready up Silk. He'll take consequential. We will play 2 resources to put in a rapid response. I think what I want, I think I should start hitting him. So we'll go ahead and hit 2 on Norman. So when Norman Osborn would attack, he places the counters on him instead. When Norman Osborn would take any amount of damage, remove that many infamy counters on him. So we're attacking for 2. So we'll take 2 counters off. And then we'll go ahead and organic webbing. Discard the private security specialist. Ready back up. We'll go ahead and attack him again for 2. Spider-Man 2099. We'll go ahead and hit him for 2. Take that off. We'll take another consequential damage. And I don't know if I could make the flip down. I mean, chances are he's not going to do it, right? We're going to flip down. And we'll ready up. And we'll drop to hand size 6. Avengers Mansion, get ready. Elbow Boom. Genius. Another get ready. Another rapid response. So we got 1 threat on the main. Now Norman Osborn is going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. And we have a boost effect on here. Place 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. If you cannot, remove 1 madness counter from State of Madness. So this gets 2, so 2, 3. So this will go to 4. Oh, I'm sorry. 2, yeah, it goes to 4. Then he puts another infamy counter on here. And then we'll get, and then private security specialist schemes for 0. And we'll get a counter card, Bad Genius. So when revealed, if it's Green Goblin, which it's not, so we're going to do the Norman Osborn effect. So when revealed, Norman Osborn, discard the top card of your deck for each infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. That's rough. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That sucks. That's my whole deck. Actually, that might work out for me. I get an encounter card for it though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, getting another encounter card for that. So when you run out of your encounter deck, you have to deal yourself an encounter card for that, and then you just reshuffle and then finish it off. So I still got 1 more card I gotta discard. I'm sure it'll be my Moon Girl because I have the mental resources for it. Nope, it's a swinging Silk Kick. Bummer. Alright, and then that's finished. Then we'll get another counter card. This will be Shadows of the Past right here. No, the Master Plan. So you place 4 threat on each side scheme. There are no side schemes in play. So we will discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until the side scheme is discarded, then reveal the side scheme. Alright. So, So discarding 1, 2. There you go. So we get the collapsing bridge. Has a crisis icon, meaning we can't touch the main scheme until this is gone. Okay, play your turn. Perfect. Alright, first things first, I think it would be very beneficial for me to... was it 2, 3, 4... I could put in Avengers Mansion. I like to draw cards. Let's go 2... 1, 3, 4. Put in the Avengers Mansion. And we'll go ahead and exhaust that and draw a card. Wall crawl. We'll play these two. Put in Albert Moon. Albert Moon is fun because I can do a couple of things. One, some room here. Here he goes. So I can exhaust him, and I can talk the top card over here under Cindy Moon, or I can heal 1 damage from Cindy for each card talked under her. So I think I'll do that. Heal myself for 3. So I'm at 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm back to full health, and I don't have to exhaust, which is nice. I don't know. I think Albert Moon's like the best card in her kit. I think it's my favorite card too. And then we'll go ahead and use Cindy's power. We can discard one of our tucked cards here and then draw 2 cards. So we drew into Ghost Spider and across the spiders. So let's flip to Hero. We'll have Cindy thwart 2 off of the collapsing bridge. This will now be tucked underneath us. We're back to having 3 cards tucked. Crisis icon goes away. We will then go ahead and have Spider-Man Peter Parker thwart 2 off of the hostile takeover, triggering a response to ready up a Web Warrior, ready up Silk again. So that will defeat Spider-Man from consequential damage. And then since we're in hero form, what we'll do is we'll activate rapid response. Hero response after an ally you control is defeated. You may discard rapid response, put that ally back into play from the discard pile, and then deal 1 damage to it. And also, I forgot to also trigger, since Web Warrior left play, I get to trigger Web Life of Destiny. So anytime a Web Warrior leaves play, you get to draw 1 card. So I'm drawing that card. And then Spider-Man comes back into play with 1 damage on it. And he's good to go again. We'll go ahead and have Cindy hit 2 on the Private Security Specialist. So then we'll tuck him under. So now Silk is stacked. And I think what we'll do is we'll play the 2 resources here. And we're going to put in a command team. Comes in with 3 counters. And then we're going to have Spider-Man 2099 hit 2 on Norman. Let's get rid of that. And we'll trigger his response where I can use, once he uses a basic power, I can return a Web Warrior ally to its owner's hands. I can target him, so instead of him dying to consequential, I'm going to bounce him back into my hand. And since a Web Warrior left play, I get to activate Web Life Destiny. So I get to draw a card into a Swinging Soul Kick. And then we will go ahead and have Spider-Man do 2 onto the Criminal Enterprise, which then he'll trigger to ready up Silk, and then he'll take a consequential damage, and then Silk will go ahead and do another 2 on Criminal Enterprise, and we'll hold on to the Swinging Silk Kick, we'll hold on to Spider-Man 29, and we will go from there. Alright, I think that was a pretty successful turn. So we're going to hold on these 2. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 1 threat goes on. So that will put the main 3. Norm's going to attack. He'll put 2 more counters on. We'll get an encounter card, which will be Oscorp Manufacturing. This comes into play with 2 threat per player. And it's going to come in with the acceleration. There you go. We are now on player turn. I think what we'll do is we will play with the power of all of us, and we'll put a team building in. And then we will Fort 2 off of that. Actually, you know what? I think I did a sequence. So let's do this. Before I do that, we'll attack first, take 2 off of here. And then we'll use Organic Webbing and discard a Private Security Specialist. Ready back up. Then we'll thwart 2 off of here. And then we'll get another 4th card back. And I think I want to flip down. I think I want to flip down and try and get Spider-Man 2099 in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip down. And then I'm going to burn one of these to draw 2 cards. So we draw into Ingenuity and Strength. That is actually a great call because now I can actually put that in. We'll play Strength. And then we'll play Ingenuity. We can only play this card when we're Genius, but when we're in Cindy Moon's form, we are Genius. So we're smarter when we're not wearing our costume. Makes sense. Then we'll use Albert Moon to take the top card of here and then put this underneath us. And then we'll hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry, I got manager too. We'll draw 1. So that's another team building. We could. We'll use Ingenuity. We'll use the Swinging Silk Kick. We'll put in another team building. Because why not? Resources are good for you. And then we will hold on to Spider-Man Otto Octavius and Spider-Man Michael Miguel Era. And hopefully he won't scheme out. Probably will, but we'll see. And then we'll draw on up to 6. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got our claws. One goes on. He's going to scheme for 2. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 6. Wow. Okay. So he schemes for 4. He's at... Oh, no. This was already at 4. So 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that pushed. All right, so let's go into the second stage. All right, so we're going to. Oh yeah, what happens? Completes. All right, so when this is completed, place 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise, then discard 1 card from each player's deck for each infamy. All right. So at least that's not too bad. It's only going to be 2. So we put 1 on, and then we discard our helicarrier and our symbiote suit. And then we're going to flip over to 2A, which is corporate acquisition. When revealed, advance to stage 2B. This comes in with 1 threat per player, and it goes up 2 threat per player. Once this goes to 10, we lose. And it gets a additional hazard icon for the rest of the game. And it goes up 2 threat per player. Alright. That's what happens. That's what happens when you screw around. Alright, so that will complete Villain's turn. We're now on to our turn. We're going to go ahead and... Have we even hit Shadows of the Past yet? No, it's still in there. Alright, so I'm not going to get rid of the gang up because I'll be able to cancel the Shadows of the Past with my eidetic memory. Alright, so first things first, let's Avengers Mansion, draw a card into Spider-Man Hobie Brown. And then we're going to go ahead and use Cindy's power to get rid of a talked card to draw 2. Into an energy, into a Nick Fury. Oh, wow. We're going to have a lot of cards. We'll use Albert Moon to tuck the top card, which is going to be an Assault. We're going to flip the hero. We are going to use Ingenuity, and we're going to use a Team Building to put in a Spider. And then we are going to... We are going to use Energy. Get the Scoop. And we'll use Spider-Man Hobie Brown to put in Nick Fury. When Nick Fury comes into play, we can either choose 1, remove 2 threat from Scheme, draw 3 cards, or deal 4 damage to an enemy. We'll go ahead and draw 3 cards into J. Jonah Jameson, Power of All of Us, and a Swinging Silk Kick. Nice. We'll go ahead and have Spider do attack to remove 1 counter. And then we'll have Nick actually, we will exhaust command team, remove a token to ready up Spider, and then we'll have him thwart 2 off the main. So he'll take double consequential damage, which goes over his health points, so this will actually be bounced back to my hand, which I can trigger Web Life of Destiny. I can draw a card. into the Moon Girl, which doesn't help me now because I'm no longer an alter ego. So we'll go ahead and use Spider, Moon Girl, and oh, actually, you know what? We'll use another team building, and then we will use Moon Girl as a resource to put in Spider-Man Auto Octavius. You can only play him if you control Web Warriors, which we do. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, you can ready up an upgrade that you control. We'll go ahead and choose Ingenuity to ready that back up. And then we will go ahead and use Ingenuity. And we'll use J. Jonah Jameson to put in our Spider Claws. What should we go? Alright. And then well, just go ahead and have Spider-Man auto attack to remove that, which will defeat him with consequential damage, which will trigger Web Life Destiny to draw a card into Smooth the Silk. So now we have now removed all the Infamy tokens off of Colonel Enterprise. This will flip into State of Madness. When this enters play, put in 2 Madness counters on it. And this will flip Norman Osborn over into the Green Goblin. When revealed, deal 4 indirect damage to each player. So I think what I'll do, I'll just take all 4 damage. It's fine. Nothing wrong with a little damage. So that will put us to 6. Alright, and when Green Goblin would scheme, remove 1 Madness counter from State of Madness. Yeah. Alright, so now we are going to attack with Nick Fury. And now he can start to take damage. That's going to drop him down to 16. Fury will take consequential. And then we will... we're going to attack Green Goblin with Silk. And we're also going to exhaust our Spider Claws. So when Silk makes a basic attack, I can exhaust Spider Claws for the attack. And then I get +1 attack for each tuck card under her from the same encounter side as the attacking enemy. I have 2 of his cards, so I'm going to be attacking for 2, 3, 4, so 4 damage onto him. That'll drop him down to 12. And then we will organic webbing to ready back up. And we will go ahead and attack again for another 2. That'll drop him down to 10. And Smooth as Silk. We'll choose him, discard until we get another one of his cards. And we did. Nice. Actually worked out nicely. And then let's go I want to get Spider-Man 2099 out. It's too bad. Am I gonna be getting a new? Yeah. Well, I guess we'll do this then. 2, 3, 4. All right, so we'll play 4. Oh, actually no, because Yeah, I guess so. Actually, no. It's not. It's not worth it. So instead of that, let's play in our Powerball of us, and we'll put in Spider back in, and then we'll have him attack, do 1 damage, bring him down to 9. He'll take 1 consequential. Can't do anything with Spider-Man yet. I'll hold on to these 3, and we'll ready up. Alright. 2 threat goes on to the main. Green Goblin's going to attack with 4 and a boost. We'll have Nick Fury defend it. Attacking for 4, 5, and then give the villain an additional boost card for this activation. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, 8 damage. We're going to go with that nuts, huh? So, Fury did his job. Took the hit. Then we get 2 encounter cards. And we get Shadows of the Past, and there is a reason why I held on to Gang Up. So now I'm going to activate Eidetic Memory. When you reveal a card from the encounter set as the same as you're tucked under your identity, exhaust Eidetic Memory, swap those cards, and then reveal the other card instead. So we're going to go ahead and, since Shadow of the Past and Gang Up are part of the same, they're going to swap. The Gang Up goes here. Shadows of the Past can get tucked here. And then what's going to happen is Green Goblin's going to attack me now. And any minions that are engaged with me. There's no minions engaged, so it'll just be the Green Goblin. So Gang Up's coming in. He's going to attack me again for 4. That shouldn't be exhausting. So he's going to attack for 4 and this boost. So I am going to defend, and I'm also going to activate my Spider Reflexes. So it's a Hero Interrupt. When Silk defends, exhaust Spider Reflexes for this attack. She gets +1 defense for each card tucked under her from the same encounter set as the attacking enemy. And then after the attack, tuck the top card of the encounter, discard pile on herself. So 4. And then this has a boost. Place 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. If you cannot, remove 1 madness counter instead. So that gets removed. So he attacks me for 4. I have a defense of 3. I get +1 defense for each card, so I have 3 of his cards. So I have a defense of 6. I take no damage. What's up? And then that's all done. And then what would happen is this would come and be tucked under here, but I'm going to choose not to do that and just discard that. This is about to flip to the. This is about to get reshuffled because there's only 1 card left. I'm going to hold on to Shadows of the Past before I burn it, so that way I won't have to worry about it next pass. We do have so the Gang Up is complete on that. Same deal. It's going to go over here, and then we'll reveal the next encounter card, which is Regenerative Healing. The villain will heal X damage, where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. So his stage is 2. It'll double that, so he heals for 4. So he's now healing himself. So it's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. And this will go here. And now it is player's turn. Oh, and I forgot to draw my hand. Which would have been this. So actually, I would have decked out, so I would have got another encounter card. So, we are not done yet. So I got to reshuffle this. And I gotta reshuffle this. So now, because the encounter deck cycled, he's now getting enraged. So it's acceleration time. So now this is going to go up 3 per player. And then we'll reveal this. Oscorp Manufacturing, which will then put another acceleration on that. And that'll be 2 threat per player. Okay, now it's my turn. Alright, so here we are. Well, now that's gone, we'll organic webbing. Get rid of that. It's already back up. Let's do... Avengers Mansion to get the scoop. Let's do... Let's have Spider thwart 2 off of this. Actually, no, let's have Spider thwart 2 off of that. And then that'll defeat him, which will bounce him back to my hand. Web of Life Destiny lets me draw another card. To a Smooth as Silk. Then we're going to team building, ingenuity to put Spider back in. And then we'll go 2, 3. Let's do 4. To put in Spider-Man 2099. Actually, we didn't even need to do that much. Hold on. So let's do team building, and then 1, 2, 3. That works. All right, so he's in. And actually, Silk thwarts 2. And then we get to tuck this. And then Spider-Man Peter Parker will hit 2 onto Green Goblin, which will do 1 damage. And wait. Oh, wait. Nope, nope. He'll die. We don't want him to die. Hold up. Recap. Yes to this. To grab that. Then Spider-Man 2099 will hit 2 onto Green Goblin. Brings him down to 11. We'll go ahead and use his ability to bounce Spider-Man Peter Parker back to our hand. Triggering Web of Life Destiny to draw into a card. And then we get Spider-Man Hobie Brown. It's a fun card. And then we will use Get the Scoop. Smooth as Silk. And we'll use Spider-Man Hobie Brown to put into play... Actually, you know what? We don't even need to do that. Let's use our Swinging Web Kick. Smooth as Silk. And that. And then we'll put Spider-Man Peter Parker back into play. Or, wrong one. Whoa, wrong Spider-Man. Spider-Man Peter Parker. He's back. Also, he has 1 consequential damage for that. And then we'll hit Spider, 1 damage, 1 consequential. Spider-Man, Peter Parker hits 2, drops him down to 8. He will also take one. Well, first I'll do his response to ready up Silk. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We could. So we get Silk, and then Silk's going to attack, basic attack Green Goblin for 2, and we'll exhaust her Spider Claws, and she's going to get +1 attack for each card tucked under her from the encounter set. She has 4 of his cards, so she's going to do 6 damage to him. So that will take him down to 2. What else plays we got right now? Oh, I say we just. Oh, I haven't. This I can do this. Remove 1, exhaust, and then let's ready up Peter Parker Spider-Man again, and we'll have him do 2 damage to the Green Goblin, and we will go ahead and ready up Spider-Man 2099. He'll take 2 consequential damage. And we defeat the second stage of the Green Goblin. And he will flip here. Win reveal, deal 4 damage to each player. Let's do... And he comes in with 22 health. Um, 4 damage. I should just take it. Yeah, why not? We'll take it. I'll put us to 2 damage. Hopefully I'll get more indirect damage, or I lose. And I think he would remove 2 State of Madness counters. So flipping down, we'll put him back down to Norman. But I think I want to. Just go ahead and hit 2, bounce Spider-Man back to my hand. Or wait a turn. I'll wait a turn, I think. I should have probably take that back. Instead of readying up Spider-Man 29, I would have readied up Silk. And then I would just attack with Silk, take 2 off. No, I think that's square. That's probably the better option. Alright, so let's ready up. I'm not scared at all. Alright, so we'll hold on to Spider-Man Holy Brown. And then we're going to go to 5, so it's going to be Power of All of Us. J. Jonah, Nick Fury, and then Wall Crawl. This villain's turn is going to be 2 threat onto the main. Oh, I'm sorry, 3, because we have the acceleration now. Green Goblin's going to attack for 4 and a boost. I think what we'll do... I could probably defend this. Right? Because I got 4. I'm feeling pretty strong right now. I'm going to go ahead and defend that. And I'm also going to use my Spider Reflexes. So I'll get +1 defense. So I'm going to be defending with 7 defense. So he's attacking for 4, 5, 6, 7. Golden. So the Underfire. So he attacks me for 7, and I defend with 7. So I take no damage. And then we get 2 encounter cards. Hopefully it's not a gang up. Oh, Pumpkin Bombs. Great. So Pumpkin Bombs again. After the villain attacks you, discard Pumpkin Bombs and take 2 indirect damage. And then we have a private security specialist with guards, so now we can't attack him until we get rid of him first. I believe in the words of Doctor Strange. I think we're in the end game now. Alright, so that's concludes that. Yeah. It is now player turn. What do we do? I think we get. So I think what we do is we thwart 2 off of this. And then he's going to be defeated. Bounce back to my hand, trigger Web Life Destiny, draw into a card. Rapid response. That's actually solid. Let's do Ingenuity. And then we'll use Wall Crawl to put in rapid response. And then we'll have Spider-Man, Peter Parker throw 2 damage onto the private security specialist, which will defeat him. And that will trigger Web Life Destiny. I can draw a card. And then we'll go ahead and activate our rapid response, which will put Spider-Man back in play with 1 damage. And that would have readied up Silk. And then I think what we do is we do Power of All of Us, that's 2. And then 3, 4. To put in Nick Fury. And we'll draw 3 cards. And then we will have go ahead and have Silk. That doesn't really matter. We'll have Fury hit 2 on him, get rid of him. We'll Avengers Mansion, draw a card. Do an energy. Nick has 1 consequential damage. And then we'll have Silk attack Green Goblin for 2, and we'll exhaust our claws, and we'll do 6 damage. And then alright, so then that drops another 14. So we get 14 damage on that hit. Then we'll have Spider-Man, Peter Parker hit 2 on Green Goblin, bring him down to 12. We'll go ahead and ready up Silk again. He'll take consequential damage. And then we will go ahead and hit 2 again on Green Goblin. We'll burn one of our cards to use organic webbing to ready back up, and we'll hit him for 2 again. That drops him down to 8, and then we're going to hit 2 with Spider-Man 2099. Drops him down to 6. We'll respond and bounce Spider-Man Peter Parker back up to our hand. Web of Life Destiny, we get to draw a card into a Get Ready. We will go ahead and use Command Team, move that. And we'll ready up Spider-Man 2099. We're going to go ahead and hit 2 on him, which is going to drop him down to 4. We'll take 2nd consequential damage. Then we're going to hit use Get Ready. Ready him back up. And we'll hit another 2 onto him, which will defeat him with consequential damage. Triggering Web Life of Destiny, I get to draw another card into a Strength. And then we'll go ahead and use the strength because it's 2 double resources. We'll get rid of his pumpkin bombs again. Oh, and then we'll go ahead and do Power of All of Us to put in Spider-Man Auto Octavius. And then we can ready up our Ingenuity, which we'll go ahead and then do Ingenuity for a mental resource. We'll use Spider. We'll do Team Building, Ingenuity. Bring in Spider. We'll have him thwart 2 to clear this off, which will outright kill it. Doesn't go into my hand because it wasn't over. But I get the trigger Web Life Destiny into my swinging Silk Kick. So technically, I actually have aerial trait now. Because when I use organic webbing, it gives me aerial trait till the end of round, so I can use a team building. Because it's going to reduce the cost for my swinging Silk Kick, so I'll do that. Use an energy to place swinging Silk Kick. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. You may discard. A card from the same encounter set, and it'll do an additional 2 damage with Overkill. So we'll go ahead and throw one of those away. So that's going to do a total of 9 damage. So he's now at -7. And then we'll have Spider-Man Octavius hit him for 2, which will then drop him down to -9. So he's completely dead. Level Life Destiny, draw another card. And we draw into a Moon Girl, and then we'll do Ghost Spider for the Wild, which will be energy. Then we'll use that for physical. And then we'll use Moon Girl for the Genius. And then we'll put Spider-Man, Peter Parker into play again. Exhaust him. Do another 2 damage, which brings him to -11. And then he can ready up Silk. Silk can then go ahead and attack for 2, which then would give me no more turns. And there we go. We've defeated the Green Goblin with Silk on Expert. And his remaining health points was -13. That was fun. Thank you for checking that out. And have a good one. And then we stop the recording. So much damage. Silk for the win. Can't even hate it. On debate, do I go silk? Mutagen formula? See how this goes.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control in me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed?
All right. All right, so now we're gonna do Mutagen formula. Expert against silk. All right, so unleashing the Mutagen. Put a Goblin Thrall minion into play, engage with each player, then shuffle the encounter deck, advance to stage 1B. So we'll go ahead and do that, I guess. Need a Goblin Thrall. This has guard. Alright, so unleashing Mutagen, 2 threat per player. In player order, each player not engaged with the Goblin minion must discard 3 cards from the encounter deck. And puts the first Goblin minion in discarded. Alright, well, we are engaged with the Goblin, so we don't have to worry about that. Cool. And then Green Goblin, when revealed, deal 2 encounter cards to each player. So we start the game with 2 encounter cards. And then force response after Green Goblin attacks and damages you, place 1 threat into the disc. This doesn't seem hard at all. We're almost starting off with 18. Shut that up. We could potentially lose on the first turn. Not bad with getting the swing soul kicks right away. Got the Moon Girl. Smooth as Silk will give us cards. Let's do 3. 2, 3. Alright, well that's interesting. Potentially, if we do the Moon Girl, we get to draw 3 cards. We'll be able to thwart 2 off of that. We'll have a blocker, but having the Avengers Mansion right off the rip is nice. I'm probably gonna regret this, but I'm gonna do that. Play in Moon Girl. We get to draw 3 cards. So we draw into Strength, get the Scoop, Power of All of Us. 2, 3. Ugh. And flip it to Hero. Moon Girl will thwart 2 off the main. And she'll take 2 consequential damage. We'll go ahead and use Strength. And Strength and get the Scoop. We'll play a Swing Silk Kick. We'll do it on the Goblin Thrall. And then we can tuck the Goblin Thrall. We'll hold on to this Swinging Silk Kick. We'll hold on to the Power of All of Us. We're ready. And then, actually, we'll have Silk hit 2 on Green Goblin. Him down to 16. We're ready up. Drawing up to hand size of 5. We got to draw on the Spider, Man Team, Wall Crawl. Alright, let's see how this first turn goes. So, 1 throw into the main. Green Goblin is going to attack for 2. We'll go ahead and let Moon Girl defend that. He's attacking for 2 with a boost. Goblin Soldier comes into play, engaged with you. So Moon Girl has been defeated. And then we get another encounter card. Alright, so first encounter card. Oh, I'm sorry. So Goblin Soldier, he has to attack me too. So he attacks for 1, which I'll take. So that'll bring me down to 9. And then we get our third encounter. So first encounter card is Regenerative Healing. Heals damage, double of his stage, which will be 4. So he's at 16, so he's back to full health. No, that didn't completely waste effort. So we finished the treachery on that, so this action now moves over to me. We'll tuck that with our Silk Sense. And then we get the Goblin Glider. So he gets +1 attack. And catch the enemy with the highest percent hit points, which is Green Goblin. And without another Goblin Glider on it. If you cannot, the card will gain Surge, so he gets +1 attack, and then we have to spend double energy resources to discard this card. And then after Green Goblin attacks, damage you, which he didn't. He doesn't play any, so we're good on that. And then the next is Overrun. Comes in with 2 acceleration icons. And it also has a when defeated effect. So, when defeated in player order, each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion they play discarded this way and engage with them. And this also gets 1 threat on per player. Alright, player turn. Okay, so let's I think I'm just gonna play the 3 resources and swing Soul Kick. We'll go ahead and knock out the Goblin Soldier. When defeated, deal 1 damage to the engaging player, so I take 1 damage for that. We'll Silk Sense and tuck him. If only I had Spider Reflexes right now, that'd be very helpful. We'll hold on to that. We'll thwart 1 off here. So we defeat that, we get to tuck it. And then, when defeated in play order, each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck. And then put each goblin minion they discard into play. So we only discarded the Goblin Thrall, so he comes into play. And this will get tucked. And then we have a Guard Thrall. We'll hold on to our Power of All of Us, and we'll drop to a hand size of 5. It's 3, 4, 5 symbiote suits. Interesting. One threat goes on. Goblins attacking for 3 with a boost. We're gonna go ahead and defend that. So, no damage. Goblin Thrall will attack us for 1. And we'll drop this down to 7. We will get an encounter card, which is Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade of support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, the card will gain Surge. We'll go ahead and tuck that, and I think we'll just discard one of these. And then the next encounter card is Under Fire, which will Surge. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck, which is a Goblin Thrall. This is satisfied. I'm not going to worry do the Silk Sense on that. So now we have 2 of those with Guard. And then with her Overrun. Alright, so we're on player turn. Let's use a Power of All of us. We could put... Oh, man, we could, potentially. We could put the suit on. Since we're done with that other card. You also get Albert Moon. Now we're just gonna take another counter card. +1 to each hand size, get 10 health points. Alright, we're gonna play the energy, we're gonna get rid of the Goblin Glider. Alright, we're just gonna try, we have to play this smart. Power of All of Us, Symbiote Suits, we'll put in a Helicarrier. we need to build up a board. That will push. He's got 2 on here. Yeah. I think it pushes regardless. It's gonna go up 1. It's gonna go up 3, so it's going up to 5. He's gonna swing at me for 2, so I'll be able to defend it. Alright, well, stand up, then drop to 5. Then we get 1 threat, so 3 threat goes on. So it's gonna be 2, 3. Alright, so this goes to 5. Goblin attacks for 2. We're gonna defend. He attacks for 2 with 3, 4. We take 1 damage. That drops us down to 6. We take 2 from the Goblin Thralls. That drops us down to 4. So as long as hopefully we don't get a gang up, because then it's game over. We get a gang up. So counter card is assault, villain attacks. This is probably game over. 2, 3. No, we're still alive. We're down. We got 1 health. Got 1 health. All right. So amazingly, we survive. Put in Web of Life Destiny in for free. What do we do? Logical sense is we play these 2 resources to put in Albert Moon. And then we're going to flip down. And then we're going to exhaust Albert's. We're going to heal 4. So this is, we're going to lose the main scheme on the first stage. So we're going up to 5. We're going up to 5 health. We hold on to the organic webbing, that's important. And then we start villain turn again. We drop to hand size of 6. Cross the Spider-Verse. Get ready. Spider reflexes, needed that. Rapid response. Team building. Alright, so 3 threat goes on, so that's going to go 6, 7, 8. This is going to push. So when this is completed in player order, each player not engaged with a goblin minion must discard 3 cards from the encounter deck. Alright, so we are engaged. We don't have to do this. We go to Scheme 2A. So this comes in with 4 threat. And then when it goes up, it's X equal to the number of goblin enemies, including Green Goblin, in play. And then when it hits 11, we lose. So Green Goblin's scheming for 2, 3, 4. So that goes to 8. Scheming for 1, that's 9. Scheming for 1, that's 10. Wow. We are 1 card away from losing. Counter card is Death from Above, and we lost. Green Goblin schemes with X, where X scheme where X is equal to the villain's stage number. Alright, so he's scheming for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we lose. That's how it goes sometimes. But on that note, I think I'm going to call that a game. Thanks for checking that one out. That was a nice, quick one. Yeah. Mutagen formula can be rough. I was just in a bad situation on that one. But other than that, got a cool couple of games. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll have my Winter Soldier and Falcon. Then I'm definitely gonna bust those out tomorrow. I'm gonna play a lot of games with those. If I get my Winter Soldier one tomorrow, I am definitely gonna be doing some Winter Soldier versus Zola. So I think that will be very thematic. A little Zola expert, and we'll just throw a Thunderbolt in there for fun. Alright, thanks for stopping by and checking this out. If you like the games, give me a like, follow, feedback. It's always appreciated. Other than that, have a good night. See you.